Today is Sunday, the 20th of June, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hope you had a good day. Um, Welcome back to the stream, guys. Welcome back to more Minecraft with the boys. I've changed around some of the settings in Streamlabs, so hopefully the stream quality will be a little better today. I was just messing around earlier, seeing messing around with like CPU usage and minimizing delays, stuff like that. So hopefully we can up the quality of the stream just a little bit. I see the resolution is down, but that's not unusual. Um, but let's go ahead and hop into the stream. Hopefully you guys had a good week. I had uh, an okay week. Let's full screen this. There we go. That's much better, isn't it? I'm looking forward to getting this next week over though, because I've got let's see, my last day of summer classes is tomorrow. Final exam for those classes is Wednesday. My family's going to Orlando tomorrow, and I'm going with them, so I might have to cut the stream a little short tonight just so I can get up on time in the morning. But it's going to be a busy week, so but yeah, let's go ahead and call Gray. I see the stream is still quite a bit delayed, but oh well. Hello. Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
uh,
Uh.
Hey, there we go.
Hey. All right. We got him.
How is it going?
It's going. It's going. We hadn't spoken in a while, have we? We haven't gotten on
Yeah,
since
it
last
is. It
Sunday.
is for. It's been a hot minute. That's really the summary of my week so far is that it was a very hectic week for me this past week.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was busy
so
for
I
you too.
had
Okay.
yeah. So I had I had a dentist appointment or an
Right.
orthodontist appointment.
Yeah. Okay.
But then one of my brackets popped off, so I had to schedule another
Oh,
appointment,
no.
like as
Oh
an
no.
emergency to go back. And both of those resulted in me having to work much later than I would like to, because of that. Um, and then I also had a very interesting allergy attack of sorts.
Oh, very
Um,
eventful week for you, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically, there's a bunch of old plan sets sitting around at work, and we think that one of the guys came over and messed with the set closest to my desk. And
Hmm.
that really just set me off to where I was like, hey, Tuesday was pretty bad, and then Wednesday it got to the point where they just agreed that like, hey, like just kind of take your your laptop and try and work from home here, and you can try and sleep it off here, and so all those things contributed to much longer hours than I would like, and then a lot going on, and then this weekend,
Yeah.
I forget what we wound up doing Friday, because I know I forget what we definitely did something Friday, but Saturday, we wound up well, I guess just yesterday really. We woke up ridiculously early for some reason, so my parents could spread mulch. Um,
Yeah. Oh,
and
fun.
yeah, and so I tried to get some work done, organizing financial things
Hmm.
from the past few months here, and then they came back, did some work around the house. We went out on the lake for a little bit, and then we came
Nice.
back, and then we went to South Point.
Okay. Cool.
And tooled around and ate a late dinner and got back at like 9:30 or so, or pretty late, and then woke up early, went to church. Oh yeah, that's another thing. My grandmother has been down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's what we did Friday. So contributing to a very busy week here, two things that I forgot to mention. My grandmother came down this week, so we've had a couple dinners with her.
Yeah.
She's down at her house in Fuquay for the week,
All right.
and then uh, my sister and mother flew up to see our family in Massachusetts.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so just the two of them for a little bit.
Hmm.
And so they've been away for the week, and it's just been me and Dad, and then they came back and on Friday, and that's what we did Friday is we tooled around Raleigh a little bit, and then got them from the airport. So yeah, that's been really just my week and pretty much everything I've done up until this point right now. How's your week been? How's your Father's Day been? More importantly,
Uh,
Happy Father's Day right
yeah.
now.
So we just kind of spent the day around the house. Julia had volleyball practice. I had work, so we were
I
both gone a
getcha.
bit of the day, but we were just kind of around the house today. Not really doing much. I guess Dad was just taking a nice, relaxing day, I guess, off work. Uh, watching golf earlier and some basketball.
Yeah, I
Just
gotcha.
kind of hanging out. I guess it was just kind of a regular day for him, which I do feel a bit bad about. Um, Not making it
Yeah,
a
well,
little
that
more
is.
special.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those weird holidays where I feel like it's really just a mid tier,
Hmm.
kind of a mid tier holiday, like not even a holiday, but it's just a day that you're like unclear of how serious. They don't make enough movies about holiday, like about Father's Day, to for me to know. What should I be doing here?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I guess it's a bit
that's really, I think,
like,
is the
how do you
problem.
celebrate your father?
How do you celebrate your pet? I mean, I just personally, I tell him thank you, and then I will put my dishes in the dishwasher instead of the sink. It's the little it's the
It's
little
the
things right
little
there.
things, yeah.
Almost you wouldn't even notice them because they're
Hmm.
they're so small. And it's almost like nothing.
Yeah.
So
Happy Father's Day.
anyway, yeah, yeah, right. We
Uh,
I tried our best to make it special. We got oh gosh. Went to Crabtree and I
yeah.
exchanged some stuff and tried to drop those shadows off at courtside again, which was again unsuccessful. So still still trying to
Unfortunate.
get that to happen. I will say I did pick up the largest check I've ever picked up from courtside.
Yeah.
Um, last time we were there because um I guess on Friday because they had sold 4 of the 5 pairs I had at courtside.
Oh, okay.
So so now the only thing left is the uh oh gosh, I forget now. I want to say it's the Naturals, the Yeezy 350 V2 Naturals.
All right.
But yeah, I was happy, particularly with the aliens, Alien 380s.
Yeah.
So those sold for 340.
Yeah. Mine sold for like 375,
Jeez,
which
there you go.
honestly kind of pissed me off. I actually wanted to keep those. I
Well,
wish I
you
had
did
kept
bring
them,
them
but
in. That's kind of tough
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
That's really tough, actually.
But oh well. And I missed out on the mono ices because
As
I'm having
we all did.
no, I was having this weird glitch with the Confirmed app where it no longer accepts like any of my cards, like my debit
Oh,
card, my credit card, anything. And it's saying
that's
like
really
there's
odd.
a verification error with BB&T, but it works with all the other apps that I've got and other online orders, so I have no idea. So
Have you
I
called
can't sign up.
your bank at all?
Yeah, I tried to call them, but their menu just like sent me in circles over and over again. I couldn't figure out like what I'm actually supposed
Oh, that's
to
whack.
press. So, good
Yeah,
for
I
nothing
don't.
phone menu.
That's kind of confusing.
Mhm.
I don't know why that would happen.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of sucks. That's a lot of sucks. I mean, at least
Yeah,
you
so
have
I
the
missed out on
money, because I
the
mean, you
mono
would have
ices.
gotten.
I'm missing out on the new slides, like
Yeah,
everything.
what
I
did
can't
you
even sign
get?
up for the raffles.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least you did hit on stuff. I mean, I can sign up, but it's pretty much good for nothing because they never actually sell.
Yeah.
How much is a? Okay, so I mean, they're like 260, 270. So I mean, if you really wanted to, you could use the money from you selling them to try and buy a pair back.
What the alien blues or the
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking about trying to buy a pair back, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. Because
Well, I don't
as
know,
much as I
because
hated
I
to sell them, it
talked to
is kind of
you
nice to
about.
have a profit for last month because I was kind of needing that.
Yeah. Well, that's a you very you're a lot more short term than I am.
Yeah.
I don't mind buying, because I bought heavy like in March, and then I sold a lot like 2 months down the road in May and June. So it's like for me, I'm much more kind of a long run. I will plan out my shoe purchases and when I'm gonna wear certain pairs and when I plan on selling certain pairs.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like that's not something you really have to worry about because you kind of do one shoe at a time, and I don't think you like keeping shoes on hand at all.
No, I don't like having too many shoes at once or for too long of a time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There are certain, but I think right now the Sesame is the pair that I got to get out of the way
Yeah.
here, and then everything else I'm just not that worried
Yeah.
about. The Flints I'm sort of worried about, but because they're a size 13.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of big enough that I'm somewhat confident in their
Being able to sell them.
at least ability to hold
Yeah. All right.
value, and I think eventually they will sell.
Yeah. Are you firing up the world, by the way?
Yeah, it's loading right now. I don't know what's taking it so long.
All right.
But yeah, like I said, it's it's kind of good to get that return and really just thin out the collection. I would
Yeah,
say at
yeah.
this point, aside from the shadows, I pretty much have what I would want out out of the collection.
Mm-hmm.
So, or out of the hold. So I mean that's a nice feeling. I think I've got one more kind of dump coming up here in fall, and then it'll just be time to I mean I guess just you know
See
see
what's
what kind of
next.
releases we can get our hands on. I mean, I really have started thinning out the amount of shoes that I'm, interested in going for. Even if I could get my hands on stuff for retail, it's like there's just a lot of stuff that doesn't hold that much value for me anymore. Recognizing, I think I'm starting to get, in the land of where I've got, 30 pairs,
Mm-hmm.
20, 25, 30 pairs in the collection. So it's like, there's not really holes that I have to fill. I don't really have needs in my collection.
Yeah.
And the shoes I would like in order for me to want to have something and wear it. I would need it to stand out from other shoes. So I mean, it really has to be a lot more special to me than shoes have been in the past for me to want to add it to the collection.
Right.
That's
fair.
I feel like that's where I've been heading for a while, and that's where I'm at now.
Yep.
But with that being said, I feel like it's time to hop into the news a little bit.
I was getting ready to say we should probably go into the news.
Yeah,
because
I'm talking a lot about stuff that no one really gives a shit about, which is one of my specialties. If you're interested.
Yeah, that's why we've been talking about shoes for the past 10 minutes.
There we go.
Anyways, speaking of shoes, first news. First news. There's a new Adidas and Lego collab, but not in the way that you're thinking. There will be.
It's really more of a Lego Adidas collab.
Lego is releasing an Adidas Superstar Lego set, coming out on July 1st. Just a little Lego set of the Adidas Superstar shoe, an iconic Adidas shoe, and it'll have a little display case, and it'll come in a box that looks like a shoe box. So
that's
honestly,
hot,
it might be a cop for the
it
collection.
Might be a cop. It really might. I've talked to you, and I think I've talked on the podcast in the past a little bit about wanting to add some Lego pieces to the collection, and I think props to Lego for catering really, really well. I mean, I recently went through the Lego store in Crabtree, and I've just been surprised by how collectible Legos are. I think just walking through that one particular store, there were so many sets. I think they had the Millennium Falcon in there.
Yeah.
They had the Mos Eisley Cantina, which I was not aware was a set, but looked fire.
Mm-hmm.
And they also do a pretty good job of delineating. This is a collector's set. It's pretty clear that that's the intention, and I think it's cool to see them going out of their way to really recognize that Lego is something that holds a lot of nostalgia for people.
Mm-hmm.
And
once you get into Lego, you don't grow out of it, really.
It's hard to grow out of that innate desire to just it's a really interesting medium to build and create.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that has always been the appeal of Lego.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why I am slightly reserved about the idea of really collecting Lego on a large-scale basis. Once you start to talk about, that's a really expensive thing to collect, and it's, if you think about, I wanted to collect something, there would be a much easier way to go about doing something like that.
Yeah.
And I think really that's primarily it. That it's heavy and bulky, and you would really only want something truly, truly special to you. But I think there are those sets out there, and like I said earlier, I definitely think that those are some purchases happening in the future, and you can look out for that on some future vlogs, maybe.
Yeah, maybe if I ever get this one edited.
Might see the Superstar Cop live here.
Yeah, you never know. All right. Well, I guess moving into our next bit of news, I saw. Hold on, let me get my laptop set back up again. Okay, I saw that Mexico, the men's national team, will be playing the first two of their World Cup 2022 qualifier games with no home crowd.
I did see this.
This is because the fans at Mexico's home soccer games like to chant homophobic slurs at opposing goalkeepers.
Yeah, I do. You do hate when that happens. You know, it is a
Don't you
bummer,
hate
but
when
you
the
know,
team
let's be honest. Let's
uh,
be honest. Fans will be fans. You know what I'm saying, Dre? I think you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying, but I don't.
I think for me, it's just it's really funny to think of the first person that had to pitch this in the, I guess, the
Like, how do
Copa
people come
America.
up with this?
I no, the first person that was just like, all right, this is gonna sound bad, but hear me out. Ban the Mexicans. You know, like this, someone just had to sit there and be like, guys, I know this sounds bad, but like, we're gonna have to get rid of them. Like all of them? No, just the soccer ones this time. Oh, okay. I thought you were.
Oh no.
You know that. Well, you know, it just I for me, I do feel bad because you know there are people that just want to go there and support Mexico, and now they can't because there are too many Mexican fans. Screen. Do you think they could do homophobic slur screening?
What do you mean?
I mean, like what if you just had like a very offensive caricature of a gay person outside the stadium, and then whoever says bad things about it are not allowed in. You know, you could have like a test.
Interesting.
You know, I guess my
I don't
point
know.
just
They've
be
kind of
I feel
insisted
bad if
that.
you just want to just support your team and there are too many people screaming homophobic things for you
Yeah,
to be allowed in the stadium.
I don't know. It's just a very. I thought it was a very weird thing that they, chose homophobic chants of all things to yell at opposing
Yeah,
goalkeepers.
to me that's really like I would call them like fat or lazy or something a little more generic. I
Yeah.
don't. To me, it seems like for that to be your first play is like, oh, I'm kind of excited for your second.
Yeah,
Like what's the backup if that doesn't work? You just.
that's true. It's kind of curious. All right.
But I did see that, and it is funny, but it does kind of cast a sad light over the Mexican national soccer team because they're not gonna have home games in a
Yep.
sense for a minute. So tough times for for L3 over there.
Mm-hmm. That is very tough indeed.
I guess
Well,
on oh well on that note,
I
I
guess.
did read something today about the U.S. maintaining its borders will be closed with Mexico and Canada to limit the spread of COVID for I want to say it was 2 to 3 weeks. So
Okay.
something that I just thought was interesting because I guess I thought we were kind of past that
Mm-hmm.
stage in the opening up, but apparently not. So
No, guess
worth
not.
mentioning, I feel like.
Interesting.
So that plan, I know you had talked about. You were gonna get a surgery done down there.
I was?
I thought you were telling me that you had met some guy at a local restaurant and he was telling you that you could make some money off surgery down there and an operation down there.
I don't remember such a conversation.
Oh no. Sorry, that was one of my other friends.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about that. Just let's just keep that under wraps.
Yep. So moving on. Let's see. I saw Here's a little more shoe news. Coming back to this,
Oh,
are
okay.
you're familiar with
I'm noticing a pattern in the news, Drayton.
yeah, you're familiar with the company Offspring, right, Gray?
I believe I am.
It's a
Um,
British. I think it's a UK based shop. They sell shoes usually. Uh,
oh
if
yes,
there's like a big shoe
yeah.
release. Well, earlier this week, a new collaboration between Nike and the designer studio Ambush released a new Ambush Dunk High, and a video surfaced of Offspring employees destroying the shoe boxes for Ambush Dunks in an attempt to discourage resale of the shoes. And it's gotten
I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate it.
you don't
I'll
hate
be,
it
I'll
because
be,
it's
I'll
gotten
be
a lot
honest.
of negative comments of people saying how like disrespectful this is to the Ambush brand and the designer. Um, interesting. Okay.
I mean,
Why don't like I
I,
understand you don't want to you want to discourage resale, right?
yeah,
But at the same time, I
yeah.
kind of like having the shoebox. I keep my shoes in the shoebox. That's how I store them. Um, and so I don't know. Having a shoe that isn't in the shoebox, that's just kind of unappealing to me. And I would agree that it is a bit disrespectful and done in poor taste. But I can understand what you're trying to do, at least.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to do, I guess, and to your point, I think there are better ways.
Hmm.
Um, so I think one of the best I've seen is literally just you have to wear the shoe out of the store.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
I like that. That's probably my favorite method.
And if you can't wear the
Um,
shoe, then
yeah, then
all
you
right.
don't have it. And I mean, really, it just comes from I I really have just gotten tired of, there are a lot of shoes, and I've talked to you about this. Like, you've acquired a number of shoes where it's like those varsity green dunks,
Hmm.
or the hyper royal ones that, like, there have been a couple shoes that, I mean, like, I've really really liked that I've just had to pass on, because right now you have to be so selective with just the amount of shoes that you just have to be very selective with the amount of shoes you're getting, because I know for a shoe I want, I'm paying resale. You
Yeah.
know that, like, the odds that I hit on something that I really want to keep are just so rare that I don't feel like it's I don't feel like it's I feel the effects of it,
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to say. That the effect of shoes being to the point where anything you want, you have to pay resale for. It means that there are a lot of shoes that I want that you just can't. And I mean, there's always going to be something you can't buy.
Yeah.
But I think to the level that it's gotten to is just a lot for a lot of people that are really in it just to wear shoes. And I think that's really where um, I personally am trying to kind of sell off most of the shoes that am kind of holding to sell. And I've really kind of stopped going for stuff that I don't intend to wear, uh,
Yeah.
just because, you know it's a side of things that, in order to stop, a lot of people have to make a lot of individual decisions, uh, and that's
Yeah.
where I think, you talk about the resale market kind of collapsing. I think a lot of people are doing what I'm doing, where they are only going for stuff, or they're going for a lot more things
Right.
than they would just because they know, okay, like any shoe, any Dunk, any Jordan, any Yeezy is going to resell. So I'll just go for it anyway and then just sell it to get the shoe I actually want. And I think what that results in is everyone, I feel like, is kind of unnecessarily just paying extra money for the shoes that they want because everyone's going for everything.
An interesting take. All right. And ladies and
So,
gentlemen, that's why the shoe game is a bit weird.
well, it's weird in that you have to figure out what kind of role that you want to play.
Hmm.
That's that's something that it's not really the shoe game. It's more of a me sort of deal.
All right.
But I've also gotten to a place of being a lot more. I think I've kind of, in a sense, spent the money that I wanted to spend this summer, whether it be on some extra business wardrobe editions, or I think these Magnus Walker Dunks. We'll see if I can get those.
So we're both gonna see if we can cop
'Cause
those.
those are,
Those are.
I'm down horrendous for those, and
Mhm.
I'm very scared that those are gonna be very hard to get, and I know that I want them desperately. I sort of liked them, and then I got scared whenever it said they wore away to gold. But
Yeah.
after seeing the gold was really kind of a beautiful fadeaway brown.
Yeah, and that's also inspired by his car too.
Yes, which another interesting story. I've seen not his car, but I've seen that car. I don't know if you remember, but about 2 years ago, I sent you a picture of a gold Porsche 911, and I didn't
Yeah.
know that that was a factory color. I thought it was an extra color, but that
Oh.
was that car in that factory paint color.
Yeah.
It was on the phone that I got locked out of, so it's gone. But
Okay.
I have seen. Well, you might have it in your messages, but it's deleted from mine. But I have seen that car in a gold color, so that even more of a connection for me.
Yeah, very cool.
For those unaware, there's a Nike skateboarding
There's a new
Magnus
Nike
Walker
shoe.
collab. Yes, and that shoe is a collaboration with Porsche Collector,
And
and really
fashion
renowned.
designer
Yes,
Magnus
and
Walker.
fashion designer, but primarily a Porsche collector. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, based off of the little behind the design that Nike released. Yeah, definitely a Porsche collector. And it's an extensive collection too. It's very impressive.
Yeah, and it is very, very true to the heritage of Porsche cars.
Hmm.
And I respect his collection a great deal. In a
Yeah.
world where,
He seems like a very
in a
cool guy to
sense,
be friends with.
he does, and in a world where I think the auto realm has also fallen into some hype beast culture, where Bugatti is the off white. I think we can all agree that it's an overrated company. I don't know if you're with me on this, but
Overrated. All right, I think that's
I think Bugattis are overrated. They don't compare price wise to Ferrari, and I mean maybe they are with Pagani and
I'll say I feel
Koenigsegg.
like
Koenigsegg and Pagani are at a half step up. I feel like.
hmm, I don't know. That's not something I've really thought about, but I guess I could understand where you're coming from.
But to me, it's just how many 918 Spiders and LaFerraris and P1s do I need to see? At what point? And when are you using that car? It's just similar to some of the off-white shoes that you see like all the time. It's like, yeah, I mean those off-white UNCs are cool, but like they are played out as hell. I've seen them all over the place. I see them in every hype shoe store. Like they're just there. It's hard to explain, but
Yeah.
I don't get. It takes away from it for me when it's not. It's no longer something unique. It's no longer something niche, and it feels like, okay, I know what that is. I know what it's about. That feeling of this is something special is really kind of taken away. And so I
All right.
think that's happened to some things in the shoe world, and speaking of news, let's circle back to shoes here.
Oh, do you have some more shoe news?
I do have some shoe news. So Nike, well, really not Nike. Some new off-white rumors and leaks have surfaced here of an off-white Jordan 2 low
I did hear about that, and
in two colorways.
I saw like the
I
leaked photos or like the concept photos, and it looked very interesting.
I need an apology from Virgil for this shoe right here.
You
I
need an
know some
apology.
people are going to be into it, and I will be honest, if you're going to bring back the Jordan 2, the fire red is the colorway to do it on. So I definitely think the white and red was the correct call.
Okay.
Probably the only good decision that was made when making this shoe. And I don't hate the idea of bringing back the original fire red Jordan 2s, but
Yeah.
there's a lot that's wrong with this. For people not entirely familiar with the Jordan line, the Air Jordan 2 is very much the black sheep
It's the
of the Jordan
unloved
family.
child.
It is neglected, and again, for those unfamiliar with Jordan, it is actually a shoe that almost killed the Air Jordan line entirely.
Yes.
Michael Jordan was so unhappy with it, he began courting other companies, particularly Adidas, seeking to leave his Nike deal, which is why the Air Jordan 3, the shoe that I personally regard as my favorite of the Air Jordans, is often referred to as the shoe that saved Jordan.
Yeah.
Dude, I think mobs follow you from further distances out now.
Yeah. Do you want to sleep? I finished the roof, by the way.
Okay, all
So-
right. So I think it's is it interior now? It's time to think about.
Yeah, I didn't think the roof was going to take as quickly as it
I've
did.
been putting off dating. Oh,
Oh,
let's sleep.
let's sleep.
Like Drayden. Like Drayden was talking about.
let's sleep. All right.
Well,
Well, yeah, I did
sleep
see
isn't
that.
hard. It's waking up that.
I did see that that collab. Let's just skip. We're just gonna
this is all about a tough right here.
just gonna
I think
smooth right over that. I'm gonna move on to gaming news
my
if that's
parents
okay.
certainly did.
Oh,
Yeah, that is
God,
okay.
fuck. So we got to finish up the news from E3. It
Oh,
was
yes,
kind of a
we
big close by Nintendo,
Okay.
but first up, the Rocket League is getting a Fast and Furious car pack, which has like 3 cars, including the return of the R34 Skyline. So I thought I'd mention that since we're sort of Rocket League fans here. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, back to E3. So the last major presentation, we covered Square Enix, Xbox, and Bethesda, or Xbox, Bethesda, and Ubisoft last time. So Nintendo kind of closed things off on Tuesday with their Nintendo Direct and then the following Treehouse presentation. And it was pretty strong. I think Xbox had the strongest presentation, but it wasn't by much. Um,
Okay.
so they spent a lot of time announcing like games that are coming to Switch, third-party titles like the new Life is Strange games, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Danganronpa, new Advance Wars remakes, uh, stuff like that. But they started by announcing the newest Smash Brothers character is
Oh,
Kazuya from
oh.
Tekken, uh, which is interesting. A
Uh,
nice. I mean, not Master Chief, tragically, nor Doom
yeah,
Guy,
that's it. That's
but
it. I am not familiar with whoever the hell that
he's
is.
kind of the face of Tekken, just a popular fighting game. So he kind of fits right in with the Street Fighter and Terry
Okay.
Bogard
I
from
like
Fatal
that.
Fury.
That's a
So
that's an e I mean, you get to cool off after Steve from Minecraft. You get
yeah,
it.
no, that was huge. So they started off with that. They
Jeez.
announced a few new Nintendo games. There's a new Mario Party coming out for Switch, Mario Party Superstars, which is kind of a remake of the first one. They remade like the first five. They remade like five boards, plus remastered versions of like 100+ mini games from various Mario parties. So it's like sort of a remaster of the first Mario Party, but I think it'll be better than Super Mario Party, which is what's currently on the Switch. For those unaware, the latest Mario Party games are widely considered to be kind of crap, at least compared to the older
Oh,
ones made by Hudson
okay.
Soft. Um,
Oh, that sounds
but
creepy.
the
I don't
new
know what about Hudson Soft makes me
Hudson, you don't like Hudson Soft?
Hud. I just
You don't like that,
it
Gray?
sounds it sounds like an unnerving name.
All
I just
right.
don't.
I think it's short for Hudson Software, um, but
That's
yeah.
not that much
But this one
shorter.
looks
It's not
a little better than Super Mario Party, at least.
okay.
They talked a
I
little
mean, for
bit.
me, the Mario Party games will be remembered fondly, but I don't really see myself getting new ones, if that makes sense.
I
I
want
don't. I'm
to.
not
I
that
think I'm going to
invested
end up
in
getting a
like
Mario
that.
Party game because they're just. It's still fun. It's still Mario Party. It's just not as
Yeah, no,
good.
I'm saying if you have one,
Yeah,
I don't see the draw in getting a new one.
that's
Is
fair.
my point
Other
that
than
I'm
like
trying to make.
new boards and new mini games and stuff, but yeah, that's fair. They also announced a new WarioWare title, which I know a lot of people are excited about. Um,
I am sexually attracted to Wario and want his image in every game that
I've
comes out.
never been a big WarioWare fan. What's up, Infinite Gaming? Thank you for tuning into the stream.
Well,
I've
I'm a
never been
big
a big
fan of what
WarioWare
Wario
fan personally.
wears, and I'm a big fan of what Wario wears,
I
and I'm a
mean,
bigger fan of what he
I'm
doesn't wear.
sure
If
you
you know what I'm
are.
saying. If
I
you know
I'm
what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. I'm sure you're very uh, sexually attracted to Wario,
Yeah, I think my
understandably.
favorite thing
But
about Wario is whenever I play with his stomach and it starts sweating enough that the juices roll down it.
uh,
It just makes the best sound. Just when he just starts like like when you like squeeze your belly button. Like for him, it's like I feel like this is getting a little personal here.
let's
Let's
just move on. I'm not a huge WarioWare fan, but anyways, the big two announcements of the show. Uh, One, they announced a new Metroid game, Metroid
oh,
Dread.
this I'm a fan of
That's
right here.
huge. This is
Okay,
the first
that's
2D
a
Metroid game
while.
in 19 years.
Yeah, this is
That's huge news.
okay. I'm excited about this right here. I can
Uh,
get behind some
and
Metroid.
the name, it's actually very interesting because the name Metroid Dread has quite a bit of history behind it. So
Okay,
originally, this began development like 17 years ago, Project Dread. It was supposed to be a Metroid game for the DS, and it was
I
developed
think we
for
need to
several
do.
years. There were Easter
Okay.
eggs to it in Metroid Prime 3, but it was eventually scrapped. And no one really knew much about it other than the creator of the series confirmed it had existed at one point, but was canceled because they didn't believe the technology was advanced enough for it. But they brought it back and they've completed it, and now it's on Switch, or coming out for Switch later this year.
Okay, well that is huge.
That is very huge news. I thought that was awesome. I'm very interested in that. And they also finally gave a new trailer for the sequel to Breath of the Wild, which is everything I wanted at this presentation. That's
Cool.
literally all I was asking for, was a new trailer for the Breath
Okay.
of the Wild sequel, and it's coming out next year allegedly, which is also huge. So
Yeah, that's pretty. It's a pretty quick timeline. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets pushed back. To be honest.
yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised either. I'm hoping it's coming out next year because they've already got like the base engine for it, and they announced it like 2 years ago, so it would have been in development for at least 3 years at this point. And it's been 5 years since the sequel, so I mean,
Okay.
I don't know.
I think we need to do some windows here.
Yeah, let me go figure out the glass situation.
Yeah, because we definitely need to put some up front and on the sides. It's honestly kind of hard to get a sense of. I think we'll just put windows on the back as needed because those don't really need to serve any. It doesn't really matter the aesthetics of what they look like.
Yeah.
Well, that's huge, honestly.
But
That is
that's a pretty solid way to close out the presentation. And then in the Treehouse stream, they showed like 20 minutes of gameplay of Metroid Dread, which was really cool. So.
And what's that coming out for?
I believe
the Switch.
It's coming out for the Switch. Yeah, it should be coming out later this year, I believe. But
give me on the Switch here.
Yeah. In other news, kind of at the end of E3, Xbox was awarded the best E3 presentation overall. It was pretty close between Xbox and Nintendo, but overall I agree that Xbox had the best presentation. And Forza Horizon 5 won most anticipated game. So, which is fair.
Agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
They had like an 8 or 9 minute presentation on Horizon 5, and it looks phenomenal. And it kind of made me want an Xbox Series S.
Yeah, I could honestly see myself getting an Xbox Series S just to.
Yeah, I figured I would get a Series S eventually, but it might be sooner than I initially thought, just so I could play Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite.
Because do you already have a next-gen PlayStation?
No, not yet. Okay. I'm hoping to get one at the end of the summer.
Okay.
Let's see. What did I even come down here for? Glass. That's it.
Yeah, so we're looking probably, we've got the 2 3x1 windows up front and one up top. We're probably looking some 1 or 2 1x2 windows. So right now that brings us to 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, probably somewhere in the ballpark of 24 at least. Blocks of glass editions.
All right.
I would say 24 is our bare minimum. 10 fills out what we have and adds enough glass to kind of complete the aesthetics, I feel like, of the front and side where I think windows should be. That does not account for if we wanted to add windows in the attic, and it does not account for if we wanted to add any ground floor windows or any extra second floor windows.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, probably half a stack of glass, maybe more.
That's what I got.
Hey,
so
there we go.
Go ahead and do it.
Well, I guess while you're working that, I did have.
Anyways, that was all
Okay,
my
yeah,
news.
that's right. Okay, so first, starting some of my picking up the transition here. Some interesting tidbits. So Juneteenth is now a federal holiday. That's
Cool.
been signed into law. I saw that Juneteenth. For those that are unaware, I believe is commemorating an incident in which federal troops were sent to Texas to forcibly integrate schools there. And then it also coincides with, I believe, with the 19th Amendment. Might be getting that wrong. I think I am. Yeah, I am. So that's what Juneteenth is.
Okay.
And so I think really it was kind of quiet. It was a kind of a quiet buzz. I didn't really hear too much about it. Even though I feel like federal holidays are kind of a big deal. They guide most people's schedules. If anything, I did see that it got made fun of because it actually falls on a weekend for the first 2 years that it's a federal holiday. So people were like,
Oh. Yeah,
really?
What use is the federal holiday if it's not even on a weekday?
It was kind of a bruh moment for Juneteenth right there. So that's a little tough. Also, big shout out to NC State.
Yeah.
Winning 10-4 against Stanford, moving into the winners bracket, playing Vandy. So we like to see it.
Doing well in the College World Series. Nice job.
Yeah, I am really excited. I'm proud of State. It's a baseball team that, I will be honest, I have made fun of, very, very frequently for choking when it matters. But, I'm sure they definitely won't do it here.
Definitely won't happen.
So proud of them for what they've accomplished so far, and I mean, go Pack. We'll see what happens, baby.
Yeah.
I might be blowing some summer checks on going to the College World Series. So.
Really? Okay, that'd be cool.
Well, I mean, because it's one of those, like, especially if they get up there in the semifinals or the final. Like, how many times are you gonna have an experience like that where you could see them win, a college championship?
Yeah.
Well, it might not be, the sport I'm most involved in. It still would be, a hell of an experience. So maybe me and Dad, or me and old man Herenstein. I'm sure I could get him on board.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd be down for that. All right, let's pop some.
I mean, we're gonna. Oh, I love that. Actually, that's phenomenal, sir.
Ooh, too high.
So that's been going on. In other news, the UN formally condemned the military coup in Myanmar.
Okay.
So for those that are. I feel like most people remember it. Yeah. So this went viral when a yoga teacher captured this behind her yoga class. She captured, a series of military vehicles going to the Capitol. And so basically, to my understanding, what's happened is that the military seized control of the government, and it's just like it's ours. And that was the end. So basically, the UN being so basically the UN being the League of Nations, cough cough, World War III that it is now, condemned it. It doesn't really do anything. Belarus was the one country that voted against condemning the coup. So I don't know.
I guess Belarus is like, no, this is cool.
Belarus was like, hey, let's not be too judgy here, guys. But it was just weird that, you got 119-1 vote, and Belarus is just like, we stand.
Belarus is acting sus.
Definitely not planning their own military coup.
Let's not be too hasty here, guys. Maybe they have a point.
What? What did he
Oh,
say?
fuck. God, how many times
Oh,
am I gonna fall off
oh,
that cliff?
I don't know, but it gets more enjoyable every time. It's
Uh,
starting to remind me of Wario when he falls. That
oh
just
God, not Wario
he's
again.
he's got enough stomach that his belly button makes a sound that of the air that gets trapped in it.
The fuck?
Oh my god! He's also got one of those
Ugh.
Audis that he can push in.
Can I move on
Oh
to like
man.
discussion topics or something?
Uh oh no, yes.
Or
Let's move
say,
on.
or are you gonna keep talking about how sexually aroused Wario makes you?
I will not tell you about how I push and pull Waриos in a. I will not tell you how I push and pull Waриos any/Audi belly button in and out with my tongue
Really?
to give
You're
him
telling me about it right
sexual
now. This
pleasure.
is
I don't. I'm just telling you that I won't tell you just how salty the sweat is. As all right,
stop
even
it.
I'm uncomfortable with that one. Even I do apologize for that.
Uh,
That's gonna become a running gag. The next time Davis hops on, that's just gonna
just gonna
come out of
talk,
nowhere.
just gonna talk about
Just
Wario.
a rampant,
He'll be
rampant
so
sexual
confused.
attraction.
All
He
right.
will, but we'll both be enjoying it there.
Well, I've got a couple conversation topics. All of these I came up with in the car yesterday, or at least a good
Oh,
portion of them, like four of them. Uh,
yeah. Okay. Well, I've
okay.
only got
So
two
I've
discussion
been
topics.
I've been driving around my dad's car a little bit this week, just going from place to place. My dad drives a Toyota Camry, which is a
Oh
good,
yeah.
reliable car. Just a good, comfortable, practical, reliable. It's a good car. Um, why is the Camry like the representative car of Toyota in NASCAR? Like, why is it still representing Toyota? Because
Ooh,
it's not a sporty car.
I I think that's a great question.
You've got the Mustang and the Camaro and then the Camry. And it just feels so out of place. Because at least those two
I
are
agree.
definitely dedicated sports cars. And the designers of the Camry, you can add, sporty styling and add a spoiler and, oh, give it little paddle shifters. But it's not a sports
Here
car
comes
and it
the
is not a
Toyota
sporty feeling car.
XSE.
Oh,
I
no.
I agree. If anyone's ever bought a Toyota XSE, which I believe is somewhere slightly over $30,000, if you paid more than $30,000 for a Toyota Camry, just accept that you're gonna fail. Just accept that you make bad choices because that is enormously overpriced for what you bought.
Yeah.
And I just will not tolerate. I mean, I don't really like buying new cars in general.
Yeah. I don't.
Certainly not for myself,
Yeah.
but I I just cannot fathom paying just the extraordinary markup on something because it has red accents on the rims and fake center lock wheels and
Yeah.
third a carbon fiber uh, carbon fiber headrests that only have carbon fiber accents in the back that no one ever sees because you live alone and you don't have enough friends to fill the front seat and the
Yeah.
back seat.
It's like why isn't the Supra the representative car in NASCAR already? Because I get that the Camry is like
I
more overwhelmingly popular in America, but it just doesn't feel right. I think they've created like Supra concept NASCARs, or they've raced them in like lower leagues,
I
but
like that.
I don't
I
know.
guess to my
Or like
understanding,
why couldn't like at least like the GR86 be like the NASCAR of choice for Toyota? The Supra makes more sense, but like at least have a sports car or something.
yeah, I guess I understand. understand that the thing that I don't know a lot about is really, I just don't know a lot about how NASCAR cars are actually built. That, I mean, while it is,
I know it's like it's very like
it is like a
standardized,
body.
but
Well, it is a body kit over it. I don't know how much that vehicle's design actually plays into what's underneath, what's pretty clearly just a sheet of plastic over
yeah,
whatever the actual car is. That I don't think it would actually change that much at all about the car, because all NASCARs look the same. All cars in that series look the same.
they do.
They
Yeah,
just have slightly minor plastic coats on the top of them, and I mean they have powertrains that correspond to their companies, I think. But
if
I
that.
have never, yeah, sometimes. So I really don't think it would change that much, and I don't think it looks out of place just because so much of NASCAR just looks the same.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I do understand it's out of place. Like, it's particularly if you start thinking about an actual Mustang
Yeah.
and an actual Camaro and an actual Camry
Like
just
how
sitting
stock
next
cars
to.
used to be.
Yes.
Is it almost
Hey, bro,
night?
there's like multiple zombies in the house.
Oh, that's not good. All right, hold on. I found some moss made by Wandering Trader, and it's one of the
Oh?
new blocks. Oh, yes. Oh, we got some moss now.
Oh, dude, I forgot I still have my flexing armor on. I gotta go put this up.
Oh, we got moss and azaleas now. Oh, this is so cool.
Oh? Oh? Are we about to get dripped out?
Oh, this is so cool. Look at this,
I'm
guys.
excited. Yeah, I can't see it. I'm very upset.
Oh, this is so neat.
So I guess moving on. I understand your point, but in the context of NASCAR, I don't feel it looks out of place. But that's just me.
All right. All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of Supras, sort of, I saw a Supra yesterday on my
I'm
drive.
guessing this is not just a normal Supra.
No, it was a new normal Supra, and that was kind of the problem with it. It was just a new silver Supra, and why are so many cars colored boring colors? Like, why did you get your Supra in silver?
Car insurance.
You have the money to buy a brand new Supra, but
Yeah.
you don't have the you're wealthy enough to buy a brand new Supra, but you're not wealthy enough to have it in a color that don't make people's eyes bleed. Like, you gotta get, I understand like car insurance and not wanting to stick out too much, but you gotta get it in like something like yellow or blue or red or even white or something like that, in my opinion. Because
I agree, and particularly because I don't think it needs to be. You could do a dark gray or a black or white with some subtle accents on the calipers. You don't really need to go all out for something to be sporty looking. But and this is really less of a problem with the Supra and more of a problem with cars in general. Of just, why are car colors so bad?
yeah, like looking out on the road yesterday, it's just so much gray and silver and black and that weird like brownish gold that just looks odd. Like why? Why are there
Yeah,
so many?
they threw all over the 1990. It's always a 1997 Toyota Corolla in like a gold
Yes.
brown color.
Yes.
It like really strikes me as
Or
like a
like
young child that
it's like a
accidentally
2003
ate
Nissan
glitter.
Maxima kind of.
Oh yeah,
Like
but it's like the color is like a young child accidentally ate glitter and then shit it out. That's
you're
the
not too
color.
wrong.
That's the vibe going
Yeah.
down right.
Because like I know Ferrari offers like their cars in like a wide variety of colors, but who the hell gets a Ferrari in silver or like a maroon? It's
Yeah,
not a
I
Ferrari if it's not like red
agree.
or yellow.
And it's not. Let's specify. It is Rosso Corsa. It is the
Yeah,
official
Rosso
color
Corsa.
of Italy. It is the red, and for me, you
That's
really
why
have to. If you're gonna get a Ferrari and not red, you need to pull it off.
I
You know,
think
you need to
yeah.
commit to it. You need to do something special. But if
Oh, I
you're
need
just
to.
sitting there, just like, oh yeah, like, do you not have any food?
No, I ran out.
Oh,
I'm coming down to you.
damn. Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, and I think that's why like Lamborghini doesn't really offer their cars in like many boring colors. At the worst, it's like black. That's like the most boring color they have. Everything else, they got bright green and yellow and
I've
orange.
seen silver Lamborghinis.
Have you seen
before.
silver Lamborghinis? I've never seen a silver Lamborghini.
It's
Who would do
referred
that?
to in the car. It's referred to in the car community as poverty spec,
Yeah.
which I
no
find
kidding.
I find it hilarious. But I mean, that's what it is. Is people just call it. By the way, when you look for the mossy cobblestone and the glow light lichen, it's in here.
Okay. Let's see.
It in the weird chest over here.
Let's see. Jordan says, "Don't name it Minecraft with the boys if you aren't about to stream season 5."
Huh?
What's season 5? What are you talking about? We've streamed Minecraft with the boys every Sunday. We've been doing this for over a year now.
I am
What are you talking
also
about?
confused. Is there anything?
Is this another boxing thing?
I swear.
I swear.
Are we just gonna become a pirate boxing channel?
A pirated boxing channel. That's us. Unintentionally.
I think we should start naming
Unintentionally.
Minecraft with the boys random pay-per-view UFC events. And
Maybe that would attract less attention than Minecraft with the boys.
Yeah.
We still have the Minecraft like title card, but it's titled like UFC pay-per-view. Whatever. Fight Night number 312.
That's how we just get enormous dislike ratios. That's what we want in life right there.
Can't wait for that. Yeah. So let's see. I don't know. It's just it was kind of annoying looking out on the road and seeing nothing but grayscale. Like if you have a car that can pull off an interesting color like a bright blue or orange or yellow, it is your responsibility to get that car in that color.
Yeah, and right now I'd like to send my personal message to Subaru. Because Subaru, it's not a car company I don't like. You know, I like Subarus. I think they look decent. They look as good as they need to. They're a solid car. They are reliable. They check a lot of boxes, and they make a lot of sense for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But Subaru has the worst color palette I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. Let's do a quick Google real quick. I'll see if I can see what you mean. I'm gonna go
if you Google
search for Subaru Forester.
You will quickly seek out the warmth of your own blood and and crave the sweet embrace of death, because Subaru's color palette
They've got
will bring lifeless abandon.
some
to
of
your life.
the colors they've got are Crimson Red Pearl, which is just a dark red, Crystal Black
It's
Silica,
like
which
black.
is just black, Ice
Okay,
Silver
yep,
Metallic, so silver. They got white,
yep.
Sepia Bronze
Okay.
Metallic, which is just it's
White,
just a very
brown.
light brown.
Yep.
Gray Metallic, which is a dark gray. Horizon Blue Pearl,
What about,
which
is
is
that different
actually
than the
okay. That's
silver?
like an actual blue. No, it's like a
Okay.
darker gray. But Horizon Blue Pearl
Oh,
is actually blue, and then Jasper Green Metallic, which is that kind of like it's trying to be green. This Jasper Green Metallic is diet green, like
ooh, I like that a lot.
it's just yeah, it's trying to be green, but it's really not putting all that much effort in. Anyways, but yeah, I see exactly
I
what
like
you mean.
But Subaru's color palette is the worst thing I've ever seen. I really think they go above and beyond in making a color palette as uniquely uninspired as theirs is, and I really hats off to whoever's scamming Subaru out of likely $150,000 to $200,000 a year, telling them like, "Oh yeah, we've got a new color for you right here. Check this one out, boss."
Jasper Green Metallic.
And it's just they just hand them just a fuzzy low res lime green. Yo, this is moss.
That's an azalea bush.
Okay, this is hard. How do we get more of these?
Oh,
These are
and guess
fire.
what? Boom.
Oh, dude, we've got to put
And
these
hold up,
everywhere.
and this
Inject
is a
these
moss block.
into my veins.
Isn't that?
Okay.
Oh,
I like it.
looks
I like it. I
fantastic.
feel like we can incorporate it into the rock face here.
Look, and we got moss carpet too.
I like the moss carpet. I feel like we can sprinkle that in a little better
looks
than the moss
fantastic.
blocks.
Yeah.
I'm excited for our new gardening. We're gonna have to show off all the new gardening stuff right here.
Yeah. Well, let's
That is kind of
let's
hard.
see.
Did you
Boom.
wanna keep putting in some more windows on the side here?
Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with the decoration on the side yet. I'm thinking.
I'm thinking similar to up top, we do 2 1x2 windows. And we can kind of punch those from the inside symmetrically and then see where they wind up.
Actually, I was thinking something interesting on one of these sides. I haven't fully decided which one yet. Yeah, let's just go with this one. Actually, let me do this from the outside, because I've seen this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill and let you do your thing here.
But all right, so moving on to our next conversation topic. I've seen
I can interject and throw one in here and give you a little break while you're working on some of your stuff.
If you want to go ahead, feel free.
Yeah. So for Father's Day, we went out to dinner and then we saw a movie.
Okay, cool.
So the movie theaters are still alive, which it was interesting to see.
That's nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw In the Heights.
Oh, okay, cool.
So for those
cashing in on the
unfamiliar,
Hamilton hype.
well, it's a musical that's a little special to me because it was the musical our school performed my senior year.
Oh,
So
is it?
it was one of
Okay.
the musicals. Yeah, so it was one of the musicals Fuquay performed a while ago, where I actually knew all the people that were starring in it. I knew the leads. So it was enjoyable to me. They did a fantastic job with it, and it was really cool to see. Um, and I mean, it was really one of those moments where you do see, kind of the community that the theater kids have created over the years that they've been there. So I think
Yeah.
that's been interesting. Shout out to Davis's theater days. Remember when everybody
God, those are
showed
so
up to?
fantastic.
That was phenomenal stuff right there. But
Uh,
but we oh man, it was great. It was
was it really
really
good?
really well done. I mean, production wise, it was really well thought out.
All right.
Obviously, I had seen it before, so I was familiar with most of the musical numbers. It's got a good bit of comedic timing. Definitely, I would say 60-40 of it's 60% musical, 40% story.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's definitely whereas Hamilton is kind of one song, right? I mean, it is a
It's
full-on
just
musical.
song after song after
I would
song. Yeah.
say, I would say definitely has touches. I mean, there are scenes in it, that they aren't musicals, so that's nice to see. And I mean, it was just really well done, honestly.
All right.
Nice
Awesome.
to nice to see a good rendition for those that aren't famous with the musical. It is it covers really just a variety. There's technically a main character, but he's not really that much of a main character. It kind of tracks, I would say, 6 or 7 people. Um, pretty evenly. That are growing up in the Washington Heights neighborhood, primarily Latin American neighborhood
Right.
um, of New York's Queens neighborhood, and the struggles associated with the gentrification of their neighborhood, relatives passing, people leaving for the Dominican Republic. There's one girl that's going to very expensive college. She's going to UC Berkeley.
Oh yeah.
Her parents are struggling to pay for tuition, and um, it is pretty heavily, I would say, romantic. So that is definitely an aspect of the story. But one of the things I like about plays like that cover a variety of characters is there's a little something for everyone. There's some comic relief
Yeah.
characters. There are people that are struggling to get by. There's some people that have much more. There's someone that everyone can relate to in a movie like that. And
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's getting harder and harder for our family to watch something that we all
Yeah.
have in common. And so I felt like this was a movie that I don't know, a movie / musical. I don't know what to call it. It
We all
was
kind of
something
enjoyed.
to watch that we all enjoyed.
All right.
So
That's
for those
awesome.
that have not seen it, I do recommend. So
All right. Well, fantastic.
yeah, and I guess news notes while I was at the movie theater. There was a Space Jam 2 commercial,
Oh
a Space
yes.
Jam 2 preview, and oh my lord, it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be exciting. I will happily. We're gonna have to go as a squad to see Space Jam 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am sold on the movie. I really think it's gonna be just the right amount of stupid, and I am ready to see it happen. I love it.
You like what?
I love
This
it.
little
Oh
thing right
yeah.
here?
this nice facade break right here.
Yeah, just something to.
Overhang, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen that done in another Tudor style house, but
Yeah,
I thought
it
that
definitely
breaks up the
changes
face
up.
a little bit.
I think we might want to shift it to where, maybe the private bedroom is over here.
Oh, is that what you want to shift it to? Okay.
Yeah, well, since we can kind of take advantage of this one extra block and have the bed face that nice balcony window there.
Yeah.
And also adding that balcony window and, because that was a wall that we were going to kind of block off with the bookshelf and a bar, like we had talked
Right.
about. So
Right.
it doesn't really
True.
work like that anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go get some more food, but I think I'm about done with building for today. I gotta get off soon, anyways. I needed to kind of end the stream a bit early tonight, but I got a couple more quick conversation topics
Okay,
for
yeah.
tonight. So this was another one that I got on the drive home yesterday. I've seen quite a few of people having decorated their cars for graduation, but I passed one yesterday. It was it was
I'm
for a
excited.
student who just graduated Banks Road Elementary School.
Oh,
And
Lord.
uh,
Oh, no. Oh, Lord.
and I've seen a couple of these. This isn't even the worst one I've seen. I saw one that was class of 2021, first grade, here I come, and it's just listen, like, first of all, you called your kid class of 2021, but that's besides the point. Graduating or decorating your car, if you've graduated college, I feel like is pretty acceptable. If you've graduated high school, also pretty
Okay.
acceptable. Anything younger than that, and you are not decorating your car, it's somebody else
No.
decorating their car for you, and then it's just weird. Like for someone graduating middle school, it's a little awkward
Weird. I
already,
would
but
say it's already weird.
like
Because for me, what is there to celebrate? What did you do in middle school to graduate?
yeah,
You showed.
you didn't do anything.
You might have done so. If you're complaining about struggling,
Congratulations, you passed
and
8th grade math.
obviously
Yeah.
there are exceptions to this. There are people that struggle for external reasons and disabilities, but as a whole, we're
In
talking
general.
about. We're talking about just. Are you really just gonna claim that this was tough? Huh? What
Just
did you
the one
say?
you got through kindergarten and you're calling yourself class of 2021? Really? I just
Yeah, that's not. No one.
what are you
You're gonna be
doing?
like, oh yeah, he's part of the class of 2021, and then you're gonna bring your child to just a room full of drunk 23-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then, it's just. I agree, it's inappropriate. I agree that it's not. For me, the discussion, it's not a discussion. We just need to have
Stop
full-blown
doing it.
confrontation. A confrontation, an intervention with people that are doing this.
Yeah.
Because this is not acceptable behavior.
Yeah. Just stop doing it.
I
Okay.
personally think we should bring back decorating the cars of people who've dropped out with shameful messages instead.
I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Well,
I've got a discussion topic here.
All right.
That I want to pose to you, and the reason I pose to this is because I have a solution.
Oh no.
Okay. So, you know how the vaccination rate is slowing heavily amongst adults, and we have, what many would consider to be a dangerous percentage of adults who are unvaccinated and not getting vaccinated. States have started dishing out, cash prizes to try and get people to to take the vaccine, which I will
What's
say,
up
if
with
I was
that?
suspicious of the vaccine, it strikes me as weird. But putting myself in the shoes of someone that doesn't trust, the government, uh, and science and whatnot, like that would make you suspect a lot. You'd be like, oh man, like this is kind of weird though. Like, it just, I don't think that was the best way to go about things.
Yeah.
But I think we just need to kind of have, like, we just need to have, vaccinated people to where they can just live, their lot. Like if you're vaccinated, you can just do all this stuff normally. You can go back to living normally, and unvaccinated people will have, like, kind of separate things to where it's just like, all right, like you're just gonna do takeout, or you're just gonna do, like I've
Yeah.
just gotten to the point where I'm kind of tired of, like,
Like people have just
it's not
stopped
like
wearing
we,
masks.
yeah, it's not
Period.
like we can't. Yeah, it's not like we can't go back to normal. It's that, people are choosing to prevent that normal
Yeah.
now. They're suspicious, or I just don't get it. So, like I said, I think if we just come up with, kind of ways to separate out the vaccinated from the unvaccinated. And I think really the problem here is that it's harder to sort, some of these people out by appearance. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell if someone's vaccinated or unvaccinated. So I think
Yeah.
if we just give, like people would have like a mark if they were unvaccinated.
Like an
Like
armband.
well, no, not like an armband, but like if, like if they're like they had, like, like you dyed their skin or something, where it was just like, oh yeah, that's an unvaccinated person, like they shouldn't be in our society, and like, they wouldn't be able to, like, go to, the schools that we go to, and eat at the restaurants we eat at, and use the bathrooms we, like for safety and for the betterment of all. Like it would still be equal facilities, but they would just be separate from vaccinated people.
Oh no.
Drayton, what is what? How is? What are you talking? Are you seriously telling me this is a bad idea right now?
Um,
I'm just saying that if we
I'm
just
just
need
saying,
to
I
be
feel
able
like this
to
has been done
visibly
before,
distinguish.
and I don't
No, no, no,
remember
no,
it turning
no.
out so well. But
Well, of course there have been pandemics before, but they didn't come up with a solution like that. I don't. It might have been done before, but I feel like this is the best solution. I feel like you really just, and it's not even coming from a place of hatred. I don't hate people who are unvaccinated. They are obviously, they have the rights to do what they want to do, but I think that
uh,
it's really, it at the end of the day, I think it's what's best for them too. You know,
okay, all right.
I just, just have,
I knew this was
you
gonna
know,
happen eventually.
just have, what do you mean? Like, all I'm saying is just like, if we create, different, facilities for vaccinated versus unvaccinated people that are just, they're separate but equal.
Is this your invention of the week?
No,
How
the
are you bringing
invention of
back
the
this segment?
you no, the invention of the week is all the different accessory. I've come up with solutions to almost every problem. Like different water fountains, different sections of the restaurant, different like parts of the bus. Like they're really
hmm
just there's like kind of everywhere. You can just separate the vaccinated versus unvaccinated.
All right. Well, I think that's just about run out our time for
Oh,
conversation tonight and for the stream. Uh,
the other option is that we send all the unvaccinated people to Libya.
to to Libya?
Well, or just any country, but Libya is one option.
Just just say to all the unvaccinated people, "Hey, enjoy living in South Sudan, bastard."
I think that would be way better than the lottery. People would be really motivated not to go to South Sudan.
Uh, oh no. All right. Well, I'm gonna save and quit, and I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream there. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Unfortunately, I gotta go early because I gotta get up really early tomorrow morning. So sorry about that, but hopefully we might be streaming again
Yeah,
next weekend. I don't know.
yeah.
It's a maybe. Um,
No, is it a maybe?
yeah, we're coming back. Well, we're leaving for Florida tomorrow. And I don't.
Oh,
We're
okay. So
coming
it's gonna be
back on
another
Sunday, so I
uneventful
don't
week. Okay.
know. I mean, I'm bringing my laptop with me, so I could get on potentially, but
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to let you know. It should be a much less busy week for me until the weekend.
yeah. Well, once I get my class over and done with in the next couple days, uh, should be less busy for me too. Have a good
Yeah.
week.
Well,
You
I
too,
think.
Shrita Shay. Bye. Good to see you. Um,
Yeah. Well, before you
uh,
log, I've got something to say because I actually thought of a variety of ways in which we could separate out, people that might not necessarily get along.
I'm gonna end the stream now.
So one of the first ways is that if we separate out people of different political ideologies and we divide them, say one could go above the other, like you would just separate out like each state to where like like the top half would be one ideology and the bottom half would be another.
uh, okay. Are you
And
reinventing Korea right now?
no. Well, I mean, maybe it would be simpler to just do the bottom half of the country and the top half of the country.
Oh no. All right. Bye guys. Thanks, Rita Shay. We'll see you soon.
I think
Bye.
another thing